It's a girl who has a house for 4 generations on Ocean Boulevard that's about to get it wrecked.
Where on Ocean Boulevard?
286 Ocean Avenue, right next to Jake's Gym. It's the big white one with the red roof.
Oh, really?
Second Empire Victorian. Yeah, I'm the 4th generation living in the house. It was built in 1870.
And when do they plan to take it? When do you have to be out? What are they telling you?
They've given us about a year. We're in Beachfront South, which is south of the monstrosity that they've already built.
Right, you're on Beachfront South.
We're Beachfront South.
Right.
We come out to support everything because we don't want to go.
All right.
We won't go.
It's basically corporate colonization. They have the opportunity to kick people out who have toughed it out in Long Branch through thick and thin. And now things are starting to turn around and they're giving all these people a boot, and they've paid taxes here for years. They've kept up their houses. They've made these neighborhoods what they are. There's families here. There's people that have been here forever, born and bred in Long Branch, and now you can't afford a home in Long Branch because they're important New Yorkers and people from Brooklyn, and everybody's coming in because it's a short commute to the city, and we're all getting kicked out. And at the end of the day, you can't have a corporation that's actually interested in the public good. They're interested in the good of their shareholders. They're not interested in what's good for us. I don't see what good we get out of just covering the beachfront and condos.
Right.
My name is Bill Giordano. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today to support our common cause in the fight against the improper use of eminent domain, and to support the Kelo versus New London, Connecticut case, which will be heard by the Supreme Court this coming Tuesday, the 22nd of February. What we're going to do now is we're going to start a march walk down the boulevard to Broadway and back. We're going to come back here for a few words and some coffee. But I want to thank you first of all for coming out here. This taking of these properties in this area under their construed definition of public use is a travesty, it's an injustice, and together we're going to fight this starting here, starting today. So let's start our march.
All right.
I told Marcia I had a chat with her the other day.
Wait, honey.
I'm feeling much better now.
More signs. Liberty Bell, Sarah, Liberty Bell.
It's not right. When a man's gonna fight.
You want to go all the way down there?
Here we go.
Again, I want to thank everyone for coming out here to support us, to support Kelo versus New London, to help end this travesty of eminent domain abuse, to raise public awareness and fight the abuse of public power for private gain. Let's thank the Milanos here today for the use of their yard. As most of you are aware, this Tuesday, February 22nd, the Federal Supreme Court will hear Kelo versus New London. It is the first time in 50 years the Supreme Court of the United States has elected to hear a case regarding property rights, civil rights, and eminent domain abuse. Let's give a round of applause for Kelo! Citizens across the nation today are having rallies similar to ours. Over 30 cities are having these type of rallies today in states as Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Illinois, Missouri, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, Utah, Virginia. This is the most significant case of eminent domain in the last 50 years. We want to show the entire nation the effects of this eminent use. My great-grandfather built that house there on the corner over 80 years ago. That property's been in our family for 80 years.
His own hand.
The property you're standing on, owned by the Milanos, has been in their family for almost 70 years. This is not a transient neighborhood. This is not a blighted area. These are homeowners with an average age of home ownership of 43 years. This is a functional, viable neighborhood. We're neighbors here. We congregate. We build relationships. We build friendships. And these friendships develop through generation to generation. My neighbors and friends, the Milanos, the Vendettis, the La Rosas, we've known these people for 30, 40 years. And even the newcomers, the Hoaglunds, have still been over there over a decade. What's going on here? We all know it's wrong. There's a gentleman here today, Bruce McLeod, is taken out of his home in handcuffs, at gunpoint. At gunpoint. Why? Was Bruce a criminal? Did Bruce give politicians bribes for redevelopment like Joe Barry, who applied, was overseeing this project?
He's in jail now.
No. Was Bruce a criminal? No. Bruce's crime was he wanted to occupy his own residence in America. Is that right? No! Is that what the Constitution affords us?
No way.
Did they take Bruce's house to build a hospital? No! Did they take Bruce's house to build a bridge or a highway? No! Did they take Bruce's house to build a new school? No! They took Bruce's house for private gain. The Constitution says public use. Is that a public use? No! Can we use their facilities? No! How is that a public use?
It's corruption!
The way the system works, they tell you what your property's worth, they put the money in a bank account for you, and they tell you take it or leave it, and they bulldoze your house. And if you want to take it, you have to go to court and fight it. And you have to hire an attorney, and you have to hire an appraiser. And everybody makes money. Applied Company, Matsalip Mumford, Hovnanian's appraisers, Hovnanian's attorneys, the attorneys you have to hire, the appraisers you have to hire, and the people that lose it, the people that own the property, everyone's making a fortune off it. These are homes where people reside. These are our homes, our property. We pay our mortgages, we pay our taxes. These are homes where we congregate with family and friends. These are homes where friends come to console us in difficult times. These are homes, a place for family and friends, a place where you tuck your children in at bed at night. The mayor and city council of Long Branch have reduced these morals to monetary value. Where's the morality? Where is the justice?
There is none.
Who has the power to decide when your American dream has ended? Who has the right to decide that your property rights should be transferred over to another private citizen? Who has the right to turn your dreams, your American dream, into a nightmare? Where does it stop?
Right here.
It stops here. It stops today. We will protect our property rights. We will protect our civil rights. Mr. Mumford, Mr. Hovnanian, Mayor Schneider, and Mr. Berry of the Applied Group, as you can hear me from your jail cell, our time is not up. Our properties are not for sale. These properties have families, these properties have friends, these properties have neighborhoods. Our time is not up. Our children's time is not up. Our dreams will go on.
and another shout out. John Hamilton from Asbury Park is gonna talk to us for a minute.
I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Is it fair when people are deprived of their homes or their businesses because private individuals see a potential for profit? No! How about when residents are forced to leave their homes because they lack the same finances as the people prepared to move in and replace them? No! Is it right when elected officials make decisions that negatively impact the lives and the property of the people they swore to represent? No! How about is it fitting when working class people become victims of greed and greedy developers? Is it just that the very Constitution that's written to protect your lives and property is now being used and misinterpreted to deny residents equal protection of the law? Hell no! How about the fact that 90% of all the new construction is not for the benefit of the people where it's being constructed? No!
It's got to go. It's totally un-American.
Dorothy Argyros, a retired lawyer, lost her home to eminent domain last year. Now she's fighting to save 1,200 other Neptune homes. Asbury Park Councilman John Hamilton is also fighting eminent domain. He says towns are taking homes from the poor and giving the property to rich developers.
It's generally for private individuals, and most of those individuals are more influential individuals and more people who are more affluent.
The U.S. Supreme Court could use this case to define eminent domain. Some say the original intent of eminent domain is for a public purpose, like building a school.
If they go back to public use, it will make their redevelopment plan, eminent domain, impermissible.
However, along the Jersey Shore, eminent domain is being used to replace older homes with newer ones. Most of the oceanfront land in Long Branch is being redeveloped, but some longtime residents here say, not so fast. Like Denise Hoagland, the city wants to take her home and sell it to a developer. The problem, no terms have been announced, and it could take 20 years for the plan to come together.
We're unaware of what the plan is because the city has not finalized contracts with the developer.
Her only hope right now, a favorable decision from the Supreme Court so she can quit worrying about it.
My name is Bill Giordano. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out today to support our common cause in the fight against the improper use of eminent domain.